I was going to do this video outside, but somebody's mowing outside, so it's super, super noisy. So welcome in a corner of our beautiful dining room with my baby Astro on the wall. But what I would like to talk to you is if I would start strength training in my 40s again, I would definitely transform my body and my mindset, proving that it's never too late to become unstoppable. And this is how I would do it. So today I'll speak a little bit about how I approach to strength training and how I teach my clients to and guide them to approach from the start till I get really confident on the gym floor or at home whenever they feel comfortable with the weights. Number one, always start nice and easy with very light weights or even with the body weight. I've seen it many times. Ladies get so enthusiastic that we know we have to build those muscles. Let's pick up some weights. And they overdo it in the first couple of sessions. They get discouraged and that enthusiasm is falling apart in a very short period of time. And you might even hurt yourself with the heavy weights. You will be feeling so after the first couple of sessions anyway, because your body is moving to a next phase of your fitness level. Number two, stay hydrated. Water. That's constantly you would be listening if I would be training you. When you train your body it depends how much you sweat, but you at least you lose 1 liter of water during your 60-minute training session. So you should definitely keep those muscles constantly hydrated, because when those muscles are hydrated, they perform better, they recover better, and they will transform much better. As you know, about 70 to 80% of your body is just water. So let that body keep flowing. Number three, always warm up before you start doing any sort of strength training, whether it is body weight, especially when you're lifting weights. Imagine our muscle as hairy band, right? So if we don't move and we pick up those weights straight away, that muscle is very cold, right? So imagine that you take that resistant bands into the freezer, take it from the freezer and try to stretch it out. What it does? Pee. And that's exactly what can happen to your muscle. So if you don't do a proper warm-up prior to your training and you start lifting straight away that heavy weight, that muscle is still cold, doesn't have enough flexibility, and it's very easy that's where the injuries takes the place, because the muscle doesn't have enough, as I said, flexibility to perform those big movements especially. So warm-up is really important when it comes to strength training. Number four is technique, and your form should be your number one priority. Yep. So before you start to get heavier, or you want to pick up more weights, concentrate on, especially on those big compound movements like a squat or deadlift or presses, push-ups. If you don't concentrate on your form straight from the start, your body adapts the motion what you learning your body or teaching your body from very start. So if you adopt the wrong form, your body will be doing that wrong form over the time, and then it's really hard for you to get better form later on. And once again, those injuries takes place when you start lifting heavier in a wrong form. Your body doesn't let you know straight away, but eventually you start feeling your knees, your lower back, your neck, your shoulders, and it's just because you didn't adopt that right form from very start. And that's where we're coming to number 5. And that is start with a big compound movement, such as squat, deadlift, chest presses, or push-ups. That's the exercises which start activating your majority of your muscle groups around your body, and you start developing not only a great strength in your body, but also your beautiful physique. I know it's not the number one thing, or maybe it is, I don't know. But if you think that you build your beautiful arms just by doing constantly your bicep curl or tricep extension, never going to happen. Never going to happen. There is much more behind the scene what your body needs to do to develop those beautiful triceps. Okay, so next one would be your rest and recovery. Rest and recovery, it's like your body needs a sleep every single night, right? Transformation doesn't happen on gym floor or in your living room when you are doing your training, but it always happens between your session. The rest and recovery is as important, or if not even more important than the training itself. Body needs to reset after that session. Very simply, when you're thinking about what's happened on the gym floor, by doing lifting weights or by doing your exercises, you're literally breaking your muscle tissue, which means you're damaging your muscles during that session. And how the transformations happens, after your session, that muscle start repairing, and that's where you're feeling that tightness, soreness after those sessions. And with that repairment, if you're repairing, resting, and nourishing that body and muscle properly, that muscle start growing and transforming. So recovery, which brings me to the next point, which belongs to our recovery, and that's nutrition. How you nourish your body will always respond. We already talked about water. Water is so important for our body, but also you want to nourish and rejuvenate your muscle after your strength training session. There is a different opinions. What's the window after that session? I always make sure I eat in the first hour after my training session, and that should always include. Well, it depends which sort of training session you do, but definitely includes a good amount of protein and the fiber. If I am doing the big strength training session, once again, should include also a starchy carbs, but there are questions. It really depends what's your goal end of the day. And I know you just might be, oh my God, what's the protein? What's the fiber? What's the starchy carb, Monica? Okay, so protein is a good source of in your proteins, might be a chicken, fish, or any red meat. I am a woman in my late 40s. Red meat doesn't do too well for me. But once again, different opinions, but it's not my thing. Lean protein, I see chicken breast, white fish. Is how much, once again, it needs to be more personalized and you need to talk to one-on-one what you really want to achieve. But good source of protein, good source of fiber. Fiber is the vegetables, and the fruits, all the oats. There is so many different different type of fiber what you can have. So vegetables and a white meat, basically, for me, that's number one priority. And if I'm training in the morning, I definitely would have a starchy carbs, which for me, it would be oats because I have a porridge pretty much every day for my breakfast, except the Saturday, sorry. But it could be a whole grain bread, whole grain wrap, quinoa, rice, beans, we name it. Another one would be always lift with a purpose. You want to have, I know, you might have a special goal, might have a special occasion, what you're getting ready, but end of the day, strength training and health, it shouldn't be a destination. It should be a way of life. So if you find a purpose behind why you want to lift, whether it is you want to feel more confident with your groceries, or whether it is to have a much more energy in your office and deal with those big meetings, or it's just to confidently walk with your child on the hands, there is always plenty what I see behind the strength training. Next one is our core stability, especially if you haven't done a strength training before. As much as your technique and your form, your core stability should be part of your strength training sessions or part of your training routine to develop amazing core to prevent injuries in a long time. And I am not talking about doing crunches and crunches every single day. It should be concentrated on exercises such as dead back, plank, modified plank, parachute, side plank, so on, which develop core and not only abs. Core has 7 different muscles. So, and you through the strength training using not those aesthetic muscles, but much more deeper muscles in your body. So core stability, definitely. Now, as we talk about the warm-up, cool down as well, and static stretches. So after your strength training session, if you spend another 5 minutes to do some stretching afterwards, you're basically getting that tear broken muscle much more ready for your recovery. So you're lengthening that muscle even more and give it a more space to start repairing and blood flowing much easier through that muscle when it starts recovering. You will be feeling much less tight, especially at the beginning of those sessions or the start of the journey, basically. So stretching is also really important and has a very important place when it comes to strength training. And there is many other ones, but probably we finish with one of my favorite one. Always listen to your body. I know we should be following, consistency is the key, and we should be following our programs. But look, if I wake up sluggish, tired, have no energy, I know that the walk on a beach or in a park or gentle stretching routine will do much better in my stage of life for my body than forcing myself to the gym and start lifting really heavy weights. It's a different type of feeling if you would be coming from from office, really tired after your big day in the office. Even then, it's very questionable what to do, but you know your body enough to realize what your body needs. And you might even progress much more further, much more faster if you're going to, and you will enjoy it much more rather than forcing yourself and already thinking, oh my God, I have this training session in my calendar and I have to do 5 sets of deadlifts. No. Go work on that core stability, do a few stretches, and you might even find out once you start moving or walking, you might feel a little bit more energized, and you can always adopt and adjust your session as you start. But always listen to your body and just talk. Give your body a love. And when you start giving your body love, you will see your body will give that love back to you with beautiful physique and very strong mindset. So this is how I would approach to my strength training in my 40s if I would start again. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, press that button for a notification, and let me know what would you like to see on this channel. I'm so excited. Would you like to see more training session? Would you like to see a little bit of nutrition? Oh, it's so much I would love to share with you. Till next time, be you.